No, go ahead.
Okay. Now I'm going to stitch around here just 1/4 inch all the way around. This is going to be a guideline stitching. It's going to stitch the top, but it's also going to be a guideline for me. I'm going to pivot at each corner. Pivot at this point at the V. Pivot at this corner. Come on up and back tack. Okay. I'm going to clip my corners here. Got it. I'm going to trim off my corners down here. Okay, and I'm going to trim off a little bit right down here at the V. Okay. Then
I'm sorry,
just
but
a little bit
this is
here.
a stay stitch around the whole thing, the shape that you want. Okay.
Now, especially if you're doing a round one, that guideline, that gives you a guideline. So what I'm going to do is get my corner turned. I got it. Okay, gently push out the corners.
Don't poke a hole in your back.
Don't poke a hole in it. Then what I'm going to do is press on that stitching line so it slightly rolls to the back. I'm going to do the bottom part first. Okay, and I'll do this at the ironing board in a minute. This part back, and this is why I trimmed out some of the V there. Then I'm going to do my side seams.
Okay.
Okay, so all the raw edges will be turned to the back.
Oh, you got the first step, didn't you?
Yes.
Can you email that to me?
Sure.
Yay, let me write it down for you. Because I'm not doing this today.
You're supposed to be.
I'm going to do it today, it's just not in here.
Serge off. Serge.
Iron interfaces. And then serge around. Speaky's not reliable when it's out. Yes, I am.
So my pocket looks about like that. Okay. Seam allowances are pressed in. My hem at the top.
Wrong side.
That's the wrong side. This is the right side. What I'm going to do on the wrong side before I sew it on to my garment, I'm going to stitch right above this serging. That's going to hold that hem in place so that if you're putting things into your pocket and pulling it out, this doesn't pull up.
So if those corners were rounded instead of...
You'd round it, you'd do some little clips, cut little V's out.
These. Not just regular clips.
Not
That's
just
where I
regular
went
clips.
wrong.
You cut out. The reason why, let me show you real quick. If this is a rounded pocket, say right here. If you went to turn this in, you're going to end up with a lot of thickness.
Yeah.
So you do your basting and then you would cut out little
Snippets.
little wedgies.
Gotcha.
So that when you turn it up, it doesn't overlap and give you that big thickness and bulkiness.
You didn't tell me that last Friday.
I don't think you asked me.
I did.
Well, who knows what my thoughts were.
Your favorite is those coffee. Kind of just on the ball, just worried about.
Okay? Now, my pocket's a little uneven. I'm going to need to redo this in a minute, but because, especially being square, I want to make sure I'm centered down there, but when I hem this, I'm a little uneven here, and that's going to show right on the front. So, I'll show you in a minute. Well, I got to redo that right quick. Let me redo this for a second.
No.